Peace, love, harmony, and light. My brothers and sisters, this is your brother Chief Kalinago once more. I know a lot of y'all may think I'm on a roll. Well, guess what? I'm actually on a high. Not from smoking, but my ancestors are moving through me because they know that this is a state of urgency. A lot of people may think, this is to ingest fear. Well, I don't need to do that. Look around you. You should be afraid because you are being replaced. Everything you have is being taken. You are being set up to lose every single thing. I mean, the truth is they own you, but now they're going to make you aware of it. That's the sad part. So a lot of our people are going to perish. And ain't nothing none of us could do about it because, you see, the information is being put out there. The knowledge is being put out there, but people are not taking heed. So if you're not taking heed, guess what's going to happen? But in this video, I'm going to continue to do what I do, give the education, uplift my people, make them aware as to what's going on, and let them realize what's important, what's relevant. That's what we are dealing with right now. You see, I'm dealing with the now, what we need to do right now, because everything is happening to us right now. We don't have tomorrow to make a change. It's only today. Only today that counts. Because everything that they put in place is affecting your life every single second of the day. So I'm going to get into the H.R.1242. I mean, I see a lot of people doing videos on it, but I haven't looked at any of those videos, but I know what it's about. And 10 to 1, I kind of might know what direction most people are going in, because a lot of people, just by the titles of the video, I could already tell. Oh, prophecy's being fulfilled. Oh, the slaves, this and that. Those are lost people. That's not prophecy. At least not prophecy from the Most High. That's man-made prophecy that they put in place. Anybody who believe that their creator brought them here to be slaves, man, I mean, what's wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all people? If your creator is so loving, with unconditional love and so forgiving, no matter what you do, why would your creator bring you here to be a slave, to go through that type of oppression? To allow bottom feeders to rise above you and make you the scum of the earth. That's the kind of God that you serve, that you believe in. Now you could keep that. You could keep that. I'm gonna rock with my ancestors and the great spirit that tell me there is none above me. I am the greatest. Okay? That I was made in their likeness and image. And no one has the right to control my life. No one has the right to enslave me. You see, that's the Most High that I serve. And that's the Most High I came here to do the work on behalf of the Most High and my ancestors. Because y'all got it twisted. All right? So my perspective on this whole H.R.1242, dash 115, the Congress 2017 to 2018 is different. I'm gonna call it for what it is. All right. So let us go through that. Right now, I'm on the website of congress.gov/bill/115th dash Congress/House Bill/1242. Okay. And all that stuff I will put in the link below. It says, shown here, public law number 115-102, January 8th, 2018. So this is recent. This is just this year. This has not been amended since it was passed by the House on May 1st, 2017. The summary of that version is repeated here. 400 years of African American history Commission Act. Now let us break this down. 400 years of African American history. That may be so, but I'm not an African American because I'm not from Africa. So this applies to people who call themselves African Americans. Okay? This applies to people who came here or believe that they came here on slave ships. I didn't. My ancestors didn't. So this doesn't apply to me. Okay? It doesn't apply to me. It has nothing to do with people who were enslaved. Okay? There's a difference in being enslaved in your own land and being brought in as a slave. Okay? They are two different things. So like I said, I'm breaking this down for exactly what it is. Now it says, Section 3, this bill establishes the 400 years of African American history commission to develop and carry out activities throughout the United States to commemorate the 400th anniversary of the arrival of Africans in the English colony at Point Comfort, Virginia in 1619. All right, let us put this paragraph in perspective. The bill, what's a bill? When you owe anybody anything, what they send you? Don't they send you a bill? Huh? Don't the IRS send you a bill and say, hey, y'all owe me? Don't Macy's, Sears send you a bill and say, hey, if you don't pay, you got to pay me now? Don't they send you a light bill, a gas bill? All right, then. Establishes 400 years of African American history. Once again, African American is not a nationality. So they're talking about dead people here. Okay? People that don't exist. Saliviter Matus. All right? Dead in law. So if that's what you want to be, then that's fine. Do you? You have a right to self-identify. Okay? It says the History Commission to develop and carry out activities throughout the United States to commemorate the 400th anniversary of the arrival of Africans in the English colony. Well, guess what? Let me remind y'all, okay? The United States is of America, but America is not of the United States. In other words, my ancestors were here before the United States was created. So that English colony stuff, that don't mean anything to me. Okay? You're not welcome on our land. This is my home. Okay? You took it by force. And if you're supposedly independent, why are you still talking about colonies? That is because I know you are still under the crown of England. That's how I know you didn't win that revolutionary war of independence, that Declaration of Independence. I know it's BS. Okay? And in 1619, only 20 so-called Negroes came here. And guess what? All of them wasn't from Africa. They were from different parts in the Americas, even right here on the mainland. Because at that time, those colonies were independent countries. And when you got taken from one place to the next, you were deported. And if they consider you a slave, they just called you African. Okay? So y'all better recognize that. Let's proceed. The commission must, bullet point 1, plan programs to acknowledge the impact that slavery and laws that enforced racial discrimination had on the United States. Well, if we were supposedly in slavery for 400 years, why now? Why now all of a sudden this big push to make things better for these African Americans and the slaves? Why now? Why now? When 2020 is coming up? Why is that? But you see, too many of y'all are so blind, you're not going to see the fine prints. You're just going to hear what's good. You're just going to hear the privileges, the perks. Oh, they're recognizing us. Oh, they're going to give us stuff. These people don't give you stuff, okay, unless they want something. That is just in their nature. All right? Bullet point number 2, encourage civic. I'm not a civilian. So that that was the problem with our people. They wanted civil rights. Okay? They wanted civilian rights. I'm not a civilian. I'm autochthonous to this land. I'm indigenous to this land. I'm not a civilian. All right. So that's the problem right here. Patriotic. Our culture in my land, my ancestors didn't have a patriarchal system. So that's not part of my system. Okay. That is not part of my system. Historical. No, that is your story. Historical. Okay. It is yours, not mine. It's not our story. Educational. That ain't got nothing to do with me because you have been lying from day one. A liar is always a liar. A liar is a thief, and you're always going to be a thief. Artistic. No, I don't want to learn your culture. Okay? There's nothing artistic about your culture. It is very low vibrational. So now, religious. Well, let's not talk about that. I don't want your God. You could keep your Bible. Jesus didn't come to save my people. Jesus came to crucify my people. It was the other way around. Okay? So you could keep that. And economic organizations to organize and participate in anniversary activities. Oh, really? When we open up businesses, you want to tax the hell out of us, right? You make it hard for us to go to the banks and get loans, but your people could walk in anytime and get loans. That's something that you haven't done in the past 400 years. All of a sudden, you are making a promise that it's going to happen. All right. If y'all want to fall for this trick, y'all could go right ahead. Bullet point number 3. Assist states, localities, and nonprofit organizations to further the commemoration and, once again, assist states. Why all of a sudden? Why is it that the majority of people in the jails are so-called African Americans? So what are the individual states are doing? What have they done to protect these people? But all of a sudden, right? Okay. And bullet point number 4. Coordinate with the public scholarly research on the arrival of Africans in the United States and their contributions to this country. Well, as far as I know, Africans came here for opportunities. They have always come here for opportunities, and they continue to come here for opportunities. Okay? So let me ask you a question. What is their contributions to our country? No disrespect to our African brothers and sisters. They came here for opportunities. They have always done so. Now, when we're talking about indigenous people, the original people, now that's something different. Okay? We have contributed. We are the backbone of this nation. Every other immigrant or foreigner came here to take away, but we have always added, and we continue to add. Once we take away our energy, our resources, they cannot survive without us. So I just literally shattered this whole what you call bill or whatever you want to call it. I just shattered it. Literally, I just showed you it has no value. You are setting yourself up. Now, section 5. The commission may provide 1. Grants to communities and nonprofit organizations for the development of programs. Well, I could shut that down. For one, why now? And number 2, there's already organizations in place, okay, to get grants for colored people. But you see, colored people don't know that. And colored people don't know that they are the original people of the land. So you don't need to be an African American for you to get grants, okay, from nonprofit organizations for development programs. You don't need to be stateless for that. You don't need to be property for that, okay? That is just the honey they are putting in your way to catch you because they think you're a bee. That is just the bait. They want you to bite it, okay? Number 2, grants to research and scholarly organizations to research. Research what? Haven't you done enough research on us? Haven't you done enough research on us? Haven't you taken enough of our young brothers and sisters and put them in institutional homes and used them as guinea pigs? No, I'm good. We don't want any more of that. Thank you. Okay. Publish or distribute information relating to the arrival of Africans in the United States. Now, Alex Haley already did that. Okay, and we know it was a lie. Okay? In all your schools, you have taught us that we are slaves. That's a lie. So we don't want that kind of information to be distributed in schools no more. No, we don't want that. We want the truth. Okay? Speak the truth of us being the original people of the land. Speak the truth of us being the indigenous people of the land. Speak to us the truth that you put natives in place to take our place. Speak that truth. Now, when you pass a bill like that, oh man, you got my support. All right? But we don't need that kind of truth. All right? And speak the truth that a lot of the so-called slaves that came here, they were already in the Americas. And speak the truth that the transatlantic slave trade was exaggerated. And speak the truth that before the Atlantic slave trade, there was the American Indian slave trade. Speak that truth. That is the education that I want. That is the information that I want. The truth. Okay? Number 3, technical assistance to states, localities, and non-profit organizations to further the commemoration. Nah, we don't need that. What we need y'all to do is respect us in our home. You know what? We already have our own declaration, which is on drip. United Nations Declarations on the Rights of Indigenous People. And also, if you, hey, Trump, don't forget also, there is also an American Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. So we have our own. But of course, this doesn't apply to indigenous people. It's only for African Americans. Okay? People who are lost. People with no nationality. People with no identity, because there is no such thing as African American. So when they step up and claim to be African American because you promised them a bone, then you're going to catch them. I get it. I see right through your little bill. But of course, it's a bill. So of course, they don't know they got to pay. Right? It's cool. Let me proceed. Section 7. The commission must prepare a strategic, oh wow, strategic, huh? All of a sudden, plan and submit a final report to Congress that contains a summary of its activities and accounting of its received and expended funds and its recommendations. Well, I'm not interested. Section 8. The commission shall terminate on July 1st, 2020. How interesting. Also, you know what? Let us give them a bill to acknowledge everything and do things for them. But let's make sure it's done by July 1st, 2020. And you know what's happening by 2020? The Real ID Act. And you know what's happening by 2020? The census, where everybody got to prove a point of origin. What a coincidence. Wow. It's just too perfect. Trump. It is just too perfect. Congress, yes. Congress, con artist, convict, Congress. What happened to progress? We want progress, not Congress. But of course, you're going to catch the sleeping people. You're going to catch those who like privileges, right? You're going to catch those who don't want to stand on their own. They want the bag. Of course, a lot of people are going to fall for it by 2020, right? Why so? Why is that? And at the same time, you have the African Union, okay, right? Stepping up with this big African diaspora. Come home, we love y'all. I have a question for them too. Why now? Why now? Why now? While China is colonizing Africa right now. China is literally taking over Africa. But you want American Aboriginals to come to Africa, pretend that they're Africans, so that they could be prisoners of war in your land while China is taking over your land. So now Africans are about to be called Chinese people. All over Africa, Chinese is taking over. Right? So that's why I said, use your Trump card. Trump, the United States and China don't get along, like real talk. Trump don't like them. So say what you want about Trump. He do what he got to do. All right? He got to do what he got to do because it's a business. At the end of the day, it's all business. He don't want to do business with them. He's imposing a lot of tariffs and taxes on their products. All right? So a lot of people are going to be losing jobs because China is going to take away all their products. So now they're like, okay, you know what, man? Trump is a badass. We need to go to we got to go to China, to Africa. Go deal with these people down there and take their stuff. Okay? So y'all better wake up and realize what's going on. Like I said, I'm many steps ahead of this game. Not that I'm a Trump supporter, but Trump is doing what he got to do. And I'm just using some of the things that he do to my benefit because I'm reading between the lines. I know the code that they speak. So if you want to get caught up in this whole shenanigans, that's on you. None of this stuff applies to us. We are indigenous. We already have declarations. Okay? And everything that they're trying to give you in there, you could get that and more as being who you truly are, indigenous to the land. But y'all don't hear me though. Number 9, section 9. All expenditures of the commission shall be made solely from donated funds. So what they're saying, if nobody donate, then you ain't getting jack, right? Because it's only from donations. So they're really not giving you anything. After all these 400 years of slavery, I broke my back and my parents were raped and all that. I came here on a boat and you're not the one giving it to me. I could only get it all these expenditures, all right, of the commission shall only be made solely from donated funds. What if nobody say, you know what, man, I don't give a damn about no slaves. I don't want to fund nothing. That means you ain't getting jack. My people, wake up and hearken to the words of wisdom. Don't learn the hard way. I know in y'all Bible, y'all God call y'all stiff-necked people in Exodus, man. When are y'all going to get this? I am making an attempt to pull you into the light. Stop going into the darkness. All right? So I just shut down this whole commission act. It's an act. And guess who's playing the best role? The actors. It's an act. Okay? So many things are wrong with this. 400 years of African American, that don't exist. The only African American I know is Barack Obama. His story, that's not my story. Commission act is an act. And who are the players? You will not trust me. You got a role, but I guarantee you, you will die in that movie. I promise you that, because you won't be the hero. Okay? And guess who's giving it to you? Congress. Sound like con artist to me. Sound like convict to me. You know what? We need progress, not Congress. Okay? Another thing that's happening right now, because you see, all this is tying into one situation right now. And y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn the hard way. All right. So now we on www. That's also gonna be in the link below. ABC 7chicago.com. Chicago, WLS, the city of Chicago is making 4,000 vacant lots available for selling price of $1. They are selling our land for $1. Remember what they did to our ancestors? Same thing, history repeating itself. And guess who's going to be able to buy those lots? Not you, but them. Because you know what they're doing? They're preparing to send you to Africa, and they are, trust me, immigration right now is a booming business because they're giving their people visas like they're giving them ration. And they're coming here. They're taking over Brooklyn. They could hardly speak English, but they're here. Right? Not that I'm proud to be speaking English, but I'm just saying. You could tell they're real foreigners. They just got here, right? But they're able to come and get apartments, get land. But the original people, y'all ain't stepping up. Y'all ain't stepping up. So now in Chicago, 4,000 lots, vacant lots for only $1. Same thing they did to our ancestors, right? Sold our lots to their immigrants, to their pilgrims for literally next to nothing. Also, to take your place, the BIA, Bureau of Indian Affairs, they were selling membership to So to pale people, Caucasians, to become Indians. If they could just find 1% of Indian in them. Because somewhere along the line, one of their people slept with one of our people. We made them Indians. They didn't make us Indians because we were the original ones. And they get to pay $5. And all of a sudden, Beyond the Doors rose and be Indians. So now they have the casinos getting all the money. Right? The city currently owns them at various locations on the south, southwest, and west sides of Chicago. Well, check this out. The city cannot own anything because the city is not a living flesh being. Property cannot own property. But you see, when people lack knowledge, they perish. So you're always going to be at the bottom of the barrel because you refuse to take action. The lots are available through the 8th round of Chicago's Large Lots program, which Mayor Rahm Emanuel created in 2015. Since its launch, nearly 2,000 lots have been sold through the program. The mayor's office said most of the lots purchased so far have been used to create new social spaces and to grow flowers and vegetables. Oh, really? Social spaces, huh? Oh, wow. I wonder who's going to be socializing in those spaces. Not you. Not you. So that's from, Channel 7 in Chicago. We have another, $1 lots. The city of Chicago sells vacant residential lots. Residential lots, right? But they're calling them social all of a sudden, right? But they're residential lots for $1 through the Large Lot program. You know what they are doing? They are giving homes. They are giving property to new immigrants that's coming in. All right? While they're trying to kick you out of your own land. Brothers and sisters, this has been the plot from day one. From day one, these people put feet on our lands. They have been trying to get rid of us. Okay? And if y'all want to continue to be in that position, then be my guest. Go ahead. Let them use you. Let them abuse you. Let them lie to you. Let them continue to rape you. But that's a choice. The next Large Lots round will open in early December. Information regarding that round will be available at time. Okay, so I will also put that in the description below. So my brothers and sisters, all I could do is give you the information and you do what you want to do with it. You see, you don't realize the urgency. They know the urgency. That's why they are putting their people in place. Okay, they know the urgency. That's why they are putting their people in place. But many of you still want to be entertained, right? That's what you're looking for, to be entertained. You don't want to step up and face reality, huh? Many of y'all want to go to Africa thinking you're Africans when Africans are trying to leave Africa to come into our home. China is taking over Africa. So now, the United States have armies and Marines and bases in Africa getting ready to fight China. So now you're going to get caught up in a war that doesn't even concern you because you think you're African. Man, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. Wow. But anyway, those who have ears, let them hear. And those who have eyes, let them see. Once again, my email is in the link below. That's all I'm going to say. I've said it enough times. I'm just going to continue to drop information and you do what you want with it. Okay? You do what you want with it. If you don't want to get your affairs in order, somebody will do it for you. Okay? If you want to continue to be nationless, stateless, be property, then that's on you. Too bad our children and our elders got to perish because you refuse to step up. Okay? Why they want to give you all this as an African American when you don't exist? But as indigenous people, we could get that and a whole lot more as the aborigines of the land. Wow. It's amazing. It's hurtful. I'm out.